Today is the final day of the Month of Maschine 2013. In this video, we'll be looking at Maschine's time stretching capabilities. Time stretching was added in the 1.8 update and allows you to change the BPM of a sample. You may want to use time stretching if you created a pattern using one of Maschine's drum kits and want to add an additional drum loop sample that is at a different BPM. To time stretch a sample, first go into sample editing mode by pressing the sampling button on the Maschine hardware controller, or the waveform icon in the software to the left of the arrangement section. Then go to the Edit tab. Then you're going to want to go ahead and click on the Audio Editing Options menu and then click Stretch. Alternatively, you can press buttons 5 and 7 on the controller until you get to the Stretch option and then use button 8 to open the time stretching settings. The time stretch settings are divided into two sections, pitch and time. In the pitch section, you can pitch shift the sample by tuning it up or down by semitones. By default, it will be set to 0, which will leave the pitch unaffected. You can also enable formant correction, which will try and retain the timbre of the sound after it's stretched. Beat mode will automatically detect the source BPM and its bar length. You can also go ahead and click on the source BPM drop-down menu to choose half or double time. You also have the option of changing the stretch length to a different value than the auto-detected sample length. This is great if you want to drastically speed up or slow down that sample. If the detected BPM is incorrect, turn off auto-detection and input the BPM manually. After confirming that the source BPM is correct, you can change the new BPM setting to the BPM that you want the sample to be stretched to. By default, it will be the same BPM as your project. So our project is at 128 beats per minute, and the new BPM is set to 128. If you prefer to stretch your sample by a percentage of its speed, you can always go ahead and just use the free mode option. So I'm going to click on free mode down here, and then we have the option of choosing a speed. You can have it be as fast as 1000% or as slow as 10%. But for this video, we're going to be going and using the beat mode. So we'll select beat mode again, and now that we're happy with the options that we have selected, we're going to go ahead and click apply. Now our sample, which started at 125 beats per minute, should be stretched to 128 beats per minute. Remember that when you use Maschine's audio editing features like time stretching, you're actually creating a new audio file each time that you use them. This prevents you from making destructive changes to the original samples, but it also creates additional files in the directory of the original audio files. Thanks for watching the Month of Maschine 2013. For more Maschine tutorials, visit thedjpodcast.com.